Hey, what's going on, my friends? In this video, we are gonna do something a little different than what I usually do on this channel. And what I mean is, we got my man Richard Fain and his YouTube channel up here. And he's someone that actually, I know you guys are probably like, you hating on him because you don't even subscribe. I have my personal channel that is subscribed to his page. So let me be clear there. Um, so Richard is someone that I do follow. I want to say I watch all of his videos, but I'm subscribed to his channel. I'm not subscribed to too many people. And I listen to what he says. I believe in most of what he says. Pretty much, yeah, majority of what he says, I agree with completely. And think he always has some good insight and another great perspective into different ways to kind of building wealth. And in this particular video, he talks about credit card arbitrage. And, I think it's great to hear how you can use your credit cards to make money and build wealth. I think it's incredibly valuable and important to kind of understand that concept and the way that process of being able to use your credit cards to make money. And maybe you're not familiar with what that process is. You can watch his video. I'll have a link to it down below. But really, the big thing he talks about, again, is credit card arbitrage. But he doesn't really put enough emphasis on how difficult it is, or I shouldn't say difficult, but how important and how critical and vital it is for you to actually be on top of your money management skills if you take this approach. I mean, especially if you take this approach, but even if you don't do this, you want to have your money management and budgeting skills intact, in place especially before you do anything like this. Now, when I went to Google and typed in credit card arbitrage, this is what I envisioned and this is what it is, but he didn't really, he says it, but not really. Again, it says credit card arbitrage refers to the process of borrowing money from a credit card. The key thing is now at a low interest rate and then investing that money at a higher interest rate to try to make a profit. Now, he says what it is. We'll put this on mute and just let it kind of play. He says what it is, but he doesn't really put enough emphasis on the significance of having a credit card that has low interest when you do this, or at least really just focus on making sure that you're in a position where you're going to have the money in case maybe you have an emergency fund and you can kind of dig in there a bit if you do try to do something like this and you don't make your money back. And what I mean is, what he basically says is he's essentially explaining that you can use your credit cards, or just, it's kind of like getting a loan type of thing, right? And investing it, let's say in the stock market, and then getting your money back from that investment, plus the profits that would counter all of the interest that you'll have from taking your money out from that loan, that credit card, whatever it might be, however specifically you approach it. But it's very, very risky. It's like you basically saying, all right, well, let me get cash from my credit card. And everyone knows when you get cash from your credit card, the interest is usually, it's bad. It's not good. So by putting yourself in a position where you're going to be relying on, whatever that investment opportunity is, that has to be like guaranteed if you are really thinking about pursuing this, because if that money does not come back, he doesn't really talk about this in this video. If you don't make your money back from that investment, you're going to be screwed. You're going to owe all that money back, plus whatever the interest is on that loan, on that credit card. This again is where it's very, very risky. And it's like, I think, it basically makes me think about using your credit to build your business up. Now, to me, that's different in the sense that, you have a business, and I get it. It's like, because I often talk about investing versus having your own business. And to me, if you're investing in another business, it's kind of like it's your own business. You're just saying, hey, I trust them to run and manage that business, that model, whatever it is, better than I would do. So I'm willing to put my money there and let them do it. Which is kind of comparable to saying I'm going to invest in myself, because It's still investing in a business or something of that sort, something where you see the opportunity for growth. But again, if you're going to dig into your own personal, your credit cards and things of that sort to get money that you can go and buy property or something else, it's like, let's make sure you're doing your proper due diligence and spending the time doing research, making sure it's a good investment, that it will pan out. The odds are on your side that it's going to pan out, to benefit you. But I hear what he's saying. I completely agree. I mean, I know I can't hear what he's saying right now, but I agree that it is another way that you can potentially make money, that you can get your money to work for you. But again, you want to be very careful with doing credit card arbitrage, because you're going to have to pay that money back. And we know, maybe you don't, but I mean, what do they say? The average American debt right now is over $50,000. If you take out mortgage, it's still, I think, I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was 15, 20, and 25. One of those three numbers are coming to mind in terms of without mortgage, the amount of debt that the average American has. So money, debt is an issue. Money is an issue. And yes, I understand sometimes it's you can work smarter and leverage credit, leverage this credit card arbitrage process to move forward, right? If there's a little hiccup in front of you and, you need to get some sort of equipment, you don't have the money, taking this approach or using your credit card. And again, like, this is the thing. Half of these situations that I'm saying, you don't need money. You can just use your credit card to take care of it anyway. So it's more so really specifically taking this approach and using the money towards something that you can't really spend, that you can't invest in or buy with a credit card, right? So investing in stocks, investing in real estate. These are kind of the biggest things that come to mind with taking this credit card arbitrage approach, and where you would when you would apply it. Again, very, very risky in my mind. If you aren't properly prepared, if you haven't done your full research, if you are just kind of winging it and you're like, oh, I heard you can just, I'm gonna get the cash from my credit card and then I'm gonna just go out balling tonight. No, like, this is kind of what I feel like some people are going to take and perceive what he's saying. And, again, he does try to, I just don't think he puts enough emphasis on saying how important it is to make sure your budgeting and money management skills are intact, so that you are prepared to pay that money back in case your investment does not pan out. That's my big thing with this. That's the key takeaway I want you guys to take from my video, from his video, my review of his video, so to speak. Otherwise, I haven't actually put it into practice where I'm like, hey, I'm grabbing some of this money from this lender, this source, and I'm going to put it down towards property or towards stocks. I haven't done that yet. Instead, I'm like, let me get out there, get grinding a little harder, grinding a little more, make a little more money, and then I put that money down on more stocks. And it's done pretty well for me so far. And with that said, actually, we have a new portfolio that I'm going to be launching. I might make the video next. I've already bought the stocks, basically a new growth portfolio. So if you're new to the channel, I already have a $25 a week dividend portfolio that we add $25 every week to that same portfolio. And we're just building it up. We started with $100. Today, we're over $1,500. And so that said, I decided to also create a new portfolio that's going to be a growth portfolio focused on growth companies and like startups, new companies, and just where I believe there will be potentially a lot of growth opportunity. And I don't want to have necessarily, repeated companies. So if I own Tesla, for example, which I do in my personal portfolio, I'm not going to have them in this portfolio. So it will be kind of unique in that sense, where there might be some top dogs that you'd be like, why don't you have them in here? Why isn't Apple in here? Well, I already have them in other portfolios. So we want to mix this up a little bit, diversify it a bit. So I will be making that video very soon as well. So if you're looking for ways to grow your money, then definitely consider subscribing to and making money, of course, because this channel is all about making, managing, and growing money. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all of those videos and the new growth portfolio that we're going to be rolling out very soon. And also, like this video, it does help with the YouTube algorithm, and it also shows us that you appreciate and enjoy this type of content. That said, feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on credit card arbitrage. Have you taken any steps to actually implement it, put it in practice, and how has it gone for you? Are you doing well with it? Did it kind of nick you in the butt? And what I'm saying in this video, does it align with what happened to you? Did you try to take this approach and then maybe that investment opportunity didn't pan out like you thought it would? That's what we want to hear. Feel free to comment down below with your experience, and maybe you did do this approach and it worked out really well. Again, we want to hear those too. We want to hear the wins, but we also want to hear the bads. We want things to be balanced where people have a good view and understanding, and just a realistic perspective of how things can pan out, because he doesn't, again, put enough emphasis on just letting you guys know that sometimes this doesn't work out to your advantage and it can really, really come back and sting you in the butt. So like I said, comment down below, like this video, subscribe to the channel. You guys already know though, I got to keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.